Hey everyone, it's Deadly Souls 666, and welcome back to episode 2 of Indie Horror Game Development. In this episode, I'm going to show you the simple steps of animating. Well, simple in these terms, if you're doing like character or animal animation, it's obviously a lot more difficult than what we're going to be doing today. I'm going to show you how you would go about maybe animating opening a door or a hatch in this case. Excuse me. So let's get right into it. First things first, you want to make sure that it has a tag. When you're modeling, you want to make sure the part that you're animating is separate from the rest of the model. Because if this was just one big model, and you didn't have this part separate, how would you rotate only the door? You wouldn't be able to. So you just want to make sure you select it and separate that into a different object. Next, what we want to do is we want to make sure it has a tag. So if you click on the door itself, we can go up to tag, we can go to add tag, hit the plus sign, and then you can type in, hatch in this example. And then you can go back to clicking on that. Next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to create the animation itself. So let's go to our animation tab. If you don't have that, you can go to window, and then you can select animation, and then that will come up. Click on create, and it's going to ask us where we want to save it and what we want to save it as. So go to wherever you want to save it. I'm going to name it hatch open. Go ahead and save that. Awesome. So to begin, we want to make sure we're at 0.00. Then what we're going to do to get a starting point, since we're only going to be rotating on the x-axis, what I like to do is I like to backspace and then go back to the original point. By doing that, it's telling the animator, hey, this is our starting point, we're going to set that value. Next, I think I want to go about 1.15 seconds. Reason being so long is because this is like a heavier type door to open, so you don't want it to just fling open in 0.1 second or 0.01 second, whatever. So we're going to do 1.15. It'll take a little bit more time. When you find the time that you like, we can actually go ahead and manually rotate that. I think that's about a good spot. Yeah, I like that. 342.57. And then once you're done, we can go back and click on this rotate, or not rotate, excuse me, record. And then it will set the animation in. Then we're good to go. Next, what you want to do is you want to go to that folder where you had the animation. We're going to click on the animation itself. We're going to go up here to this little drop down, and we're going to click on debug. We're going to make sure legacy is checked, and then we can go back to normal. Alright. Now click on your object that you wanted to animate again. We can take this animator off by right-clicking and select remove component. Then we're going to add component, miscellaneous, and animation. Since we only have one animation, we're going to type in 1 and make sure play automatically is checked off because we don't want it to play right away when we enter the game. Then we're going to drag our animation right into this element 0 box. If you have more, say we have 4, you could drag each one, but we only need 1 for this. Alright, now let's get into the coding part. We're going to program the code into the game to tell it what we want it to do. Where's my mouse at? There it is. Okay. Alright, so first things first, we're going to create a private variable to check whether the hatch is open or not. So I'm going to keep it simple. Hatch open, boolean equals false. So that's just telling it that it is not open. And you want to make sure you have 2 lines of code. The first one being private variable hit raycast, and then the second one in function update, you want variable ray ray equals camera.main.screen.point2ray vector 3 width times 0.5 height times 0.5. And all this doing is telling that we want the hit to be in the center of the screen. Alright, we got those three things done. Now we're going to go down. While still in update, you want it to be in update. And we're going to type it out. I always like to put a little bit of comment code, so I know what I'm doing. Alright, so our first if statement is physics.raycast. Oops, I'm messing up here. Hits 3. The 3 you can change, and that is the distance from you to the object. So, for example, 3 is a decent amount. If you wanted to put 1, then you would have to be closer. If you wanted to put 5, you could be farther away. I'm like 3. I think it's a decent distance. Maybe 2 would be even better. Our next if statement is going to be hit.collider.gameObject.tag. Remember that tag we created earlier? It was just hatch. This would be your tag, whatever you put on the object itself. And then our third and final if statement, input.getKeydown E. I like E because it seems like most games use E for interaction. You could do whatever you want. Maybe you want, A, whatever. But I like E, keep it simple. And remember that variable we created up top? We want to check to see if it's false, as in we want to check to see if the hatch is closed. So, I'm going to go ahead now and make sure we play the animation. So hit.collider.gameObject.getComponent, and what that is doing is it's actually getting the animation from the tag. So it's getting the game object component animation, and it's going to tell us to play that. So animation.play, and now what we type in the quotes is the name of the animation. So in our case it's hatch open, or whatever you named your animation. And then the second thing we want to put inside that if statement is we want to tell it that the hatch is now open and we don't want to play this all over again. So we'll do hatch underscore open equals true. And then we can close all our if statements. Like so. Okay. So to go over this again, our raycast is hitting it. It's making sure we're on the hatch. Then it's making sure we have E pressed and the hatch is closed. Then we will play the animation, and once the animation is over, we're going to make sure that we set the hatch open to be true so that we cannot repeat the animation. So awesome. I think everything should be good. Let's go ahead and save this. Control S. I'm going to go back into Unity, and we're going to go ahead and test this out. Alright, here we are. It might be a little laggy because I'm recording and doing this all at the same time, so my computer's not some super awesome thing. Oh, and there you go. I might have to brighten that up a little bit, but if you can see it, it just opened up. And now if I press E again, it won't open back up. The animation won't repeat, so that's always a good thing. Alright, so there we go. That is how you do simple animation like that on Unity. Like I said, it's very easy. This video is 10 minutes-ish, and I've been talking quite a bit. I mean, once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. So yeah, that's how you do it. That's how I do it. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya.